Something I wanted to give an update on. I'm sporting the COVID-19 haircut, or lack of one, because back to the subject at hand, was the electric bike. This was a project I covered about 2 years ago, because I built it about 2 years ago. This was built from a kit. I basically bought a regular mountain bike, attached the electric wheel to it, attached the control kit. The first control kit I got didn't have the LCD display. I do not recommend that at all. I think I covered that in a different video. You definitely want the LCD display. You just need it for all sorts of reasons. And I didn't have the pedal control at all when I first bought it. So the pedal control, or the pedal assist they call it, is actually legally required in other countries, maybe in states, but that only gives you acceleration when you're pedaling, and it only goes up to, well, another setting is it only goes up to 15 miles an hour. Here you can kind of override that or rig it to go up to like almost 30 miles. If you're pedaling along with it, you can get up to 30 miles an hour. It's pretty fast. I actually have a switch, so I can kind of keep that off and not worry about getting that fast. The other thing is I put on a light, this is actually, I think, a motorcycle light, and it's very, very helpful at night. So you definitely want that. And it's powered up the battery too, which is kind of cool. And of course, it still runs. Yeah, now I have to hold it the entire time because I don't want to scuff up the tires. Which it reminds me, as I'm holding it up, one of the problems, in fact, it doesn't even, the kickstand doesn't even work very well for this bike. It wasn't probably the best to begin with, but it's not made for so much weight. And now I can turn off the light. It's not made for this much weight. This thing, I think, is 60 pounds now, maybe. It was 55 or 60 pounds, but it's a beast. So it really almost functions more as a motorcycle than a bicycle, because when it is dead, when the battery is drained, you just can't, pedal anymore. You can, but it's definitely not easy. It's like someone pedaling underwater. It's dragging you down. So I'm going to be doing some changes. My recommendation is don't go as far as I did. This is a 750 watt motor in the back. 250 is probably fine for most people. The battery is a huge battery, 400, I forgot what I'll put the specs up, but yeah, the battery is huge. In fact, the battery is so big, it didn't even fit there. I had to rig it to make sure it actually fit onto the back bar, so there's not even enough room. Now you can, if you do want a battery this big, get one of those like back racks and put it on there, and kind of like, yeah, but at some point, this is more motorcycle than bike, so you don't get the same kind of workout. Now you do get a workout because you're pedaling along with it, so it's not like you can't, but it definitely is not the same kind of workout. The advantage, of course, is that you can go much farther distances, and you also can go up hills, which is one of the reasons I got this. Is between this other city I was going to was this big hill that for cars is not a big problem, but for a bike, for the last bike I had to get off and walk the bike. It was just too steep, and I wasn't in the best shape anyway for bicycling, but I kind of gave up pretty quickly. And yeah, so the other thing, and as I'm looking at it, a lot of things to think about, is you do need the brakes. So the brakes, they come with these like emergency stops or e-stops, but they don't fit onto all handlebars. So this one actually didn't fit on. So I had to kind of rig it with some drilling and magnetic strips, and I got the job done. So I actually was able to put on the e-brakes, because what happens is you're coming to a stop and you accidentally squeeze the handle. The bike will take off out from under you or put you into the street or something worse. So it just definitely, you want those things. It's just too easy to actually twist the handle, especially as you're getting off. Way I've gotten off before, I was like starting to, and I twisted it, boom, and the bike was coming out from under me and hitting the fence and stuff. So because often you just get used to making sure you have the handle on the brakes, and then you're good. Other things to think about, a nice control panel is handy. I added a bell. The light, of course, I can put a second light on there, the switch for the light, which is part of it, and the second switch. I've done a lot of upgrades on this thing. It just got bigger and bigger, and of course heavier and heavier. So my plan probably is to just get rid of, there's so much, I don't know. Maybe I just sell it as an entire unit and then start over with another. The mountain bike itself was fine, although the tires went flat all the time until I got the extra thick tires. So I would probably just, I don't know, think about selling it as a unit and then just buying another mountain bike and just starting with a smaller wheel. Because I like the idea of the electric bike, especially for those hills, but to go this big, I haven't ridden the thing in over a year and a half, but working full-time probably doesn't help. Although I did work 30 miles before the virus, 30 miles from home, 32 miles. So it would have been fun to bicycle, but the route I have to take would have taken me like 3 hours even. Well, maybe not with the electric bike, probably 2 hours at least with the electric bike. So, and that would be charging each way. So in a way, it's almost like riding a motorcycle. It's just you can't go on the streets with it or the freeway, which kind of sucks, but probably for the best. Anyway, that's the update.